Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard and today we're out here at Tiger River to check out the newest disc from Goliath Discs. This one being the Slingshot. The Slingshot is basically supposed to be a step down from the Rapture in stability and be that bomber disc for people who can't quite get turn out of like overstable distance drivers. I've actually got this one in two different plastics, with these two being an Oasis plastic. From what I understand, the white one's supposed to be a little bit more understable than this Blurple one. From what I've thrown of them, I haven't really noticed a big difference between these two. And then I've got this other one in Glow Oasis, which is actually a little bit more stable than these two. From what I can tell, like these two, I would say are like a -3.2, where this one's almost like a -1.2, where like I can get more, I can get turn out of it, but it's gonna fade more than it turns. Where these two are gonna kind of drift right and then finish straight. But like I said, I didn't really thrown these a whole lot. But from what I have thrown, I'm really impressed with these things because I can get them out to 380, 390 pretty consistently. And I can't really do that quite with a lot of discs, especially straight out of the box like these. For this video, I brought out two discs to compare to these. I've got this ESP Hades, which is a little bit closer to the Oasis slingshots, and then this Zeus, which is pretty beat in, compares better to the Glow Oasis one. I mainly want to do this for this video just because I haven't thrown these side by side yet, so I really want to see how these compare. I feel like the Hades is going to be a little bit more understable than these, and the Zeus is just going to be a touch more stable. So the Slingshot might be like a middle ground between the two, which would be really nice, honestly. But if you're interested in checking out the Slingshot or any other Goliath discs mold, I've got their link down in the description. Please go check them out. If you use my code BenHoward10, it'll get you 10% off your order. But let's go and get in the video. All right, guys, so we're on hole 10. This one we're playing from the short tee pad. It's a par 4, 450 feet, just straight ahead, basically, slightly tucked off to the left. Biggest thing to pay attention to is we've got an OB off to the right, marked by this tree line. I'm gonna take the Glow Oasis, throw it out to the right on some hyzer, just try and get it to flip up a little bit and just kind of coast over the top of the trees, over the out of bounds, and just see if I can get myself basically in the fairway, just dead straight ahead of us. But if I'm slightly off to the right, that's not too bad either. Just like that. Oh yeah, perfect, right in the middle. Okay, so probably about 250 feet from the basket. You can kind of see it just straight ahead. Really, I could go low straight at it, but I think I'm going to try and take the purple one, just take it out to the right on a good amount of hyzer, good amount of height. Just try and get it to push straight and just fade into the basket. I have to throw it pretty wide just because of this branch, but with this one having a little bit more understability, it should kind of stay in there a little bit longer. That's more hyzer than I meant to put on it, but okay. Yeah, it's a little short, but that's right like edge of circle. So it's a putt. Oh, dang. Came out of my hand early. Yeah. All right, guys, we're on hole 11. This one's a par 4, 478 feet. Going out to the red basket off to the right. Biggest thing to pay attention to, all tall grass off to the left side of bounds. Tree line off to the right is out of bounds. So for this hole, I'm going to try and compare the white Slingshot to the Hades and the Glow Slingshot to the Zeus. For these two, I'm going to try and throw them out to the left, try and get them to turn back into the middle of the fairway and see how much distance I can get out of them. And then for these two, I'm just going to try and throw them not quite at the basket, but just a little bit off to the left side of the basket. See if I can get them just to stay in the middle of the fairway the entire time and see the distance difference between these two. Ooh, I turned a lot more than I was expecting. Okay, there's a touch of headwind, so just try and recreate that as best I can with the Hades. Yep, about the exact same flight. The Hades actually got a little bit of the late stability on that, kind of faded out near the end, but I think that's just because it got below the hill and was able to get out of the headwind. So now for the Glow Oasis. Come back. Oh, man. that thing was going. I was really curious to see how far that would have actually gone. All right, that's the Zeus. Okay, wow. Didn't really feel like there was a big difference between those two, but the Glow Oasis is actually a lot more stable than the Zeus, which makes sense because the reason I like that Zeus is because it's got the same like early stability as the Hades, but it's got a lot more late finish to it, so we can kind of you can get those bomber lines that will turn for a long time, but it will fade out at the end, whereas you can't quite get that at least consistently out of the Hades. So it makes sense that it would be that much more receptive to wind than the Glow Oasis. Ooh, I flipped a lot more than I meant for it to. Come on, fade. Oh, I had the right distance on it though. Okay, guys, so quick change of plans. Looks like I'm not going to have time to finish out the back nine, so I'm just going to skip straight over to 17. We're going to play 17, 18 real quick just to show off these discs because these are the main two holes I wanted to use to show off these discs, and they're some of the most fun and like iconic holes on the course. But for 17, we've got a par 4, 431 feet. Basket's just straight ahead. We've got two islands on this one. The first one you can see down here marked by the rocks and the tall grass, with the second one being out there past the tall grass where the basket is. So you either lay up or go for the island. I'm gonna go for the island with all three of them. See which one I can get on the island. I got a right to left wind, so I've got to be careful because these discs won't fade as much because the wind's going to kind of hold that wing angle down. So I've either got to give them some hyzer or just give them more height. So I think I'm gonna go with the Oasis one because I feel like it will fight out of that anhyzer. But like I said, just got to give it more height than I normally would. Oh, I didn't turn at all. Dang. Okay. Okay, I can see where that went in. That sucks. Okay, so I think I just threw it too high and I didn't get the nose down far enough for it to actually turn. So for the two Oasis ones, I'm gonna throw them on a little bit of hyzer. There we go. Fade out of it. Oh wow. Okay. Didn't quite get there, but to put it on that little bit of hyzer just made it to where it couldn't kind of carry as much as it normally would. So we'll give the white one height, but make it flat. That felt really good. Oh yeah. That's got the distance, but will it get back? Yeah, that's on the island. All right, so I know it's a little dishonest to play from this one since it was my third attempt, but which would you rather see? Would you rather me play from the drop zone, throw like a 200-foot approach shot, or would you rather me putt for eagle? So let's see if we can make it. Got a nice stiff tailwind, so I gotta give it some more height. Okay, fair enough. I didn't deserve the eagle on that. All right, guys, we're on hole 18, final hole of the video. This one's a par 5, 674 feet. Basket's up this way, tucked off to the right on top of this hill. Biggest thing you want to do off the tee is get past this tree you can see in the middle of the fairway. If you can get past it, there's a little flat area up there. It's like basically the best area to go for the basket from because you've got good footing and you've basically just got a dead straight shot up there. But main danger in this hole is the OB road off to the right, just because it's pretty easy to turn something over on this hole. I'm gonna go with the Glow Oasis just because I don't want to turn this thing over. We've still got that crosswind coming off to the right from the right, so just got to give it some good height. Try and get it to turn this time. There we go. There's that crosswind. Sit down. Okay. That's a little bit farther left than I would like to be, but that's a pretty good spot to be because you can get up and down for eagle from there. Let's see. I am going to throw these two too, just because this is a fun hole to throw on. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid would happen. It just wouldn't ever come out, and That's not a bad shot, but as you can tell, I can't, there's no way I can get access to the basket without throwing like a big turnover or something like that. So being off to the left is a lot better. See if I can make the correction with the purple. That feels much better. Fade. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's gonna be like 40 feet closer to the basket. Probably won't have as good a footing as I would with the glow one, but that's the shot I have in mind when I throw this hole. So yeah, this is one of the better spots you can push yourself off the tee. Granted, you know, obviously you'd rather be like 50, 100 feet closer, but from here, probably about 300 feet, but it's gonna play close to 350. So just gonna throw, I'm gonna go with the purple one straight at the basket. I want it to turn a little bit, but don't want it to turn too much. Come back. Now stick on the side of the hill. Ooh, got a weird, aw, dang it. It like hit and then like bounced off, hit again, and then rolled down to the bottom of the hill. So I have like a 80-foot looking eagle. So once again, we got a nice stiff tailwind. So I've got to get this really high if I want to get this to go in, but let's go ahead and cash it. Ah, dang it. All right, guys, that finished up a round out here with the slingshots. Once again, sorry I wasn't able to get a full back nine in with these, but at least I was able to play the holes that I wanted to with these, just so I could show these off as best as I could, and I feel like I did a good job. Only thing I really feel like I was missing was maybe like a forehand with them, but I feel like you get a good gauge of the stability with these, where out of the box they're going to give you turn, but that like nice late stability. And I can't wait to see how these beat in, where I can probably get these things to like just kind of like my Hades, where I can get them to, I throw them on hyzer, get them to flip up, turn, but still have that late stability. I especially can't wait to see how this one beats in, just because of how stable this one is. Because I can still get this out. So I can't quite get as far as these two, but it's so much more controllable because it has that extra overstability. So only unfortunate thing about these is pretty much you're not going to be able to get the glow runs until next year, because I believe they're just going to be, I believe it's tour series discs basically. And I think they're going to do some like special runs of these. So probably not going to be able to get these until next year, but keep an eye out for these. And these are still live on the website, the regular Oasis ones. And there's another color that I didn't even get that's like a mix of these two, where it's like something like the dye from this one got into the white plastic. So it's like a light purple. And they're saying that it's even more understable than these white ones. So if you're interested in checking them out, please go check out the Goliath disc shop in the description. Use my code BenHoward10, they'll get you 10% off your order. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and y'all have a good one.